views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program host and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by TCN TV Network Incorporated. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. The TCN TV Network claims no rights to the said content. TCN TV Network cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. TCN TV Network is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this program.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another Tuesday here in Toronto.
Big up, big up.
Welcome to Here to Help You on my TCN TV network. We want to thank everyone again for all of your support. For our viewers who have been supporting us, I, again, am very happy and I'm appreciative of all of the feedback that we've been getting, whether it's positive critique or critique that's just, you know, we don't like this, we don't like that. All of it is wonderful to get because it allows us to improve on ourselves, right?
More importantly, it just lets us know who's out there watching.
Who's paying attention?
Yeah, you know,
right?
The majority of our people who do actually tune in don't leave a comment whatsoever. So regardless if it's positive or negative, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And before we go any further into the show, I want to remind you that if you are on YouTube, there's a little red button underneath there, right underneath our video. Do not forget to press subscribe and, of course, like, share, and provide feedback. We want your interaction here. We want it. We are asking for it. So, Mr. Rankin.
You sound very much like one of those professors. Mr. Rankin.
Talk to us about, we're going to be doing a few things today. So, I know today we're going to be discussing in this first segment, your experience with this whole Dr. Julius Garvey visited Toronto.
Yes.
On Saturday he arrived, and I believe he left today, or he's leaving tomorrow morning. And he was here, and they packed a lot.
Yeah, they maximized the time. The good thing is that we did get some good weather.
Yes, we had excellent weather, which is great.
Right.
What part of the state is he from?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
But
I like to say New York, but
yeah, that's fine. Let's not even say it.
True.
Hopefully where he comes from, it's warmer than Canada.
True things.
Right. But let's talk about, I know there's a few different things he went. Selena was actually sharing with us that he was at Manifesto. I know he was at Rastafest. So he was making his rounds to the city.
Yeah, very much.
And one of the more pivotal, I think, meetings was the one that was held last night at the JCA.
Yeah, we wanted to send a special thank you to Andrea, and I hope I said her name right, from the Black Canadian Chamber of Commerce and the rest of the team for inviting us to come through.
Yes, we appreciate it.
You know, I was even telling Simone that it's been a long time since I've been at the JCA where I've seen so many people in there, right? And it isn't just our elders who attended.
Okay, there was some balance, you were telling me.
Yeah, definitely. You know, of course, the name Garvey definitely rings bells.
Well, for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and like, who knows? I mean, God spare his life, but this could be actually a last time seeing him in our space.
Right.
Right. I mean, this isn't the first time he's came here.
Okay.
Right. But it's to have that living legacy present what it does to the spirit and the psyche, right? I mean, it just automatically you should go ahead and actually uplift one just to be in his presence.
How was it for you?
For me personally, I mean, it was an honor to go ahead and see in live, in person, what I've watched in video.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
He's smooth, of course, he's very eloquent in regards to how he delivers, of course, his message, right? But to go ahead,
he's Marcus Garvey's son.
and that's the biggest thing, right? That's the biggest
Our
thing.
national hero, Jamaica's national hero.
Africa's greatest son.
Africa's greatest son, Marcus Garvey. Marcus Messiah?
Yes.
Garvey.
There you go.
Oh, that
Right.
must have been. I couldn't make it.
I
I had obligations.
I
I was writing a story on it while it was happening.
Everybody there asked for you. So, big everybody who I met and seen last night, who,
And definitely check out the Toronto Caribbean newspaper where I give a little bit of a rundown of what he did while he was here and, of course, the purpose of it, because we're going to go into this, I think, in the next edition about this being, yesterday was 400 years to the date.
Yeah, yesterday was 400 years to the day. Today, in fact, Brother Simba and bigger yourself, Brother Simba and the rest of the collective, they had mentioned this, that with the upliftment and the curse being lifted as so prophesized.
That the curse lifts
Today.
today.
Yes, right? And now, if one is actually into that sort of stuff,
Yes.
right, that will do for us going forward as well, right? Since the curse is now uplifted, we should now see more people coming together,
Okay.
right? We should see more unity,
More community?
unison, more community, more harmony, right? More of a
Okay.
balance, right? Because this curse is now being lifted,
Okay.
right?
I'm sure we're not going to go into it today, but I'm sure we'll go into what this curse looked like for us for these 400 years.
Yeah, hopefully we can get actually, you know what? It'd be beautiful if we can get Brother Simba to come in at some point in time. So if you are watching, please let us know. We are extending.
Yeah, we're dragging you in here.
So that way we can get some elders to come in, right, and give us their perspective and give us their scholarship.
On the 400 years
Yes.
and what it looked like for
Right.
us and what it's supposed to look like for us going forward.
There you go, right? Our future going forward, right?
Okay.
But it was beautiful to go ahead and see so many people out. As you, of course, not to beat a dead horse or anything like that, but the panelists did wonderful. MPs, Greg Fergus, MP Selena, which your friend Miss Lindo,
Yes.
right? They all did a wonderful job. I'm going to rallying the spirit, right?
Consulate General.
Yes, Mr. Lloyd Wilkes,
yes,
right?
yes.
He's awesome.
He's a great speaker.
Beautiful orator. Yes, he's a career politician, as some people would
he's
say,
a great
right?
speaker.
Right, and the guys, you can all see somebody now. I'm sorry, everybody pretty much channeled their inner Garvey,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, you told me there was a very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very emotional.
Very spirited. We are spirited people.
Yes.
Right, so of course we need to now go ahead and use that language now to go ahead and rally the troops, right?
Okay.
What's going to be interesting from here in and now is, of course, the baby steps that we take, right? How we do go ahead and treat each other from here on in. Because, of course, during that 400 years, as we're speaking now, we can speak of all the types of atrocities that we've done to each other,
Yes.
right? I'm not even looking at outside influence,
Just what we've done
just
to
what
each other.
we've done to each other.
Okay.
Right, so now knowing that this curse is now lifted, and once again, if you're into this sort of thing, right, there should be some sort of shifting, of course, right, in spirit, psyche, movement, so on and so
I'm
forth.
almost curious, you know what, this is something aside. I wonder how our universe is aligned right now. This might be something I send out to my spiritual workers. What is happening in the universe at this very moment? Like, what's happening with our planets? How are they aligned? Are we ending a retrograde? Are we starting a retrograde? I'm just saying, if you're into that type of thing, I would be curious to see what's happening in our universe right now.
So look at what our ancestors prophesied and how we looked at it at an important time. Two people come to mind. Gerald Massey,
Okay.
right, as an old English scholar, ancient Egypt, light of the world, he does a whole lot of prophesizing in that through our people. He's taken what we've done and analyzed it and put it in his own words. Another author, Dr. Charles Finch.
Okay.
Right? Will of Heaven. Please go look at the YouTube. Right? They're dissected in parts. If you can find them, go ahead and do so. He does a remarkable job in regards to looking at the stars and looking at events which transpired and how those stars went ahead and influence those events.
Okay, so what we're going to do when we come back is, one thing I know that's big for you, Dave, is action.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to pulled together podcasts of the rave right now. Okay, so what we did in just to follow up with this action plan that, of course, Marcus Garvey set out with the UNIA. Okay, we are starting to see a movement, and it's going throughout social media, and people are using podcasts to get the word out and talk about finance and wealth building. So we're actually going to provide 9 of the top podcasts by our own that is out there.
Well, for you, top. For me, because I don't. I'd be remiss to say these are the top ones, right?
Okay.
But 9 that we should go ahead and pay attention
to. Okay, so when we come back, I take it back. Maybe not the top, but 9 podcasts that we should definitely pay attention to, especially with it being the end of our 400-year curse.
That's for sure.
We'll see you guys soon. I'm here to help you.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
My name is Trish Curling, and I am an online coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher, and your new host of Shaping Life, which is all about understanding that we have the ability and the control to take charge of our health and wellness. But we can't do it alone, and I can't wait to sit down with the best in the industry. Please tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. live here on the TCN Network.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Here to Help You. Again, we want to thank our viewers for being here with us today. If you are just joining us, we just finished discussing very briefly Dr. Julius Garvey's visit here to Toronto. Definitely, if you want to hear more, I'm going to suggest to pick up the Toronto Caribbean newspaper this week. I do a very small introduction to what's going to be a much more comprehensive article on the importance of his visit here and what we need to do in Toronto to kind of learn from what they've done, especially with, like that plan, the UNIA plan was, Dave's gonna handle that. I don't even want to go there because I think that's a whole nother conversation where I'm sorry, I'm straying from my point. So today, what we're going to do is to provide some resources for you. Podcasts are the rave right now, and Dave has found 9 podcasts that he truly believes we should probably keep an eye on and pay some attention to, because there's things that they're sharing in these that are very helpful. So let's start with this. Let's jump right into them, Dave.
The inspiration came from 2 sources. Of course, the visit last night, especially with the economic development.
Okay.
Right, and then I gotta give, of course, kudos to a Pan-African Alliance as well. They've done a wonderful article in regards to, of course, some of these podcasts as well.
Wonderful.
Right, so by means, big up everybody over at Pan-African Alliance.
Thank you.
Right, the first cash flow diary podcast, Mr. J. Massey. Reason why I have this is first, mind you, they're in no particular order whatsoever. However, though, just to give you just a little bit of rundown of this man. So he's a landlord, a lender, a consultant, an educator, as well as a high-sought mentor. Right. He currently owns hundreds of units of properties and is the author of Cash Flow Diary: 10 Steps to Creating Wealth in Any Economy. Right, which is pretty cool. I found his style very easy to follow. His podcasts are very easy to follow as well. Plus, to see one of us doing it, right, is amazing, right? And I say that for the simple fact is that the real estate game, right, is everybody's pretty much focus, right? So any type of source who can go ahead now and actually make it a lot more easier, right, in smaller chunks and so on and so forth, right, for us to go ahead and understand this game, by means should definitely be on our radar, right? With podcasts like 8 Things to Give Up, Commercial Real Estate Strategies That Win, and as well as Creating a Real Estate Investment Team. These are definitely something to go ahead and look forward to. He's done pretty much like close to 400 if not over 400 podcasts already.
That's crazy.
Right. Would you mind going into the video real quick so that we can, our viewers out there can go ahead and get a sense of Mr. J. Massey?
I started in real estate with no money and no credit just to see if I could find a way to support my family. Meaning, how on earth could I go out there and earn money without having to physically get up and go to work? You see, at the time, I had a punctured lung and my wife was sick in the hospital, unable to eat or drink. Well, since then, I've gone on to do hundreds of transactions in multiple different states. And what's interesting about that is that I've gone from a person who started with a credit score of 398, literally no money, squatting in bank-owned property, to now being able to own hundreds of units across the United States. Apartments, commercial property, cell phone towers, you name it. In that process, I started sharing what I knew. And just a few months ago, one of my students came to me and shared with me a new idea. I now have 19 short-term rentals that gross anywhere between...
Yeah, you know, so his
Possible.
Yeah, his rag to riches story.
Possible.
You know, I mean, a lot of us are born with a gold spoon, right? So of course we understand when it comes to struggle, right? And it's very relatable.
Okay.
Right. So by means, you know, Mr. J. Massey, I tip my hat off to you.
you.
Once again, a gentleman we need to go ahead and look up for.
Okay, that's our first one.
Right. Next, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Actually, did I skip one? Yeah. I think I skipped one, right? All right, sorry. Better Than Success. We'll go to that one first. Yes, Miss Nicole Purvey. I tried to go ahead and mix it up. So I, of course, male and female. Right?
Balance. We need that balance.
Right. Of course, you know, like men inspire men, but of course, women inspire men a different way. Right. And of course, men inspire women a different way
in
as
a
well.
Different way.
Right.
Yes.
So by means, of course, if we can see both sides, as you said, balance, by means, you know, we'll go ahead and do it. So spearheaded by Miss Nicole Purvey. Hope I'm saying her last name correct. However, though, Better Than Success is a real estate service and a media company that helps investors, lenders, and entrepreneurs build wealth and legacy through real estate. Right? Their purpose is to connect, empower, and provide resources to the next generation of confident, self-expressive, and self-starting leaders of culture. Right? We probably want to go ahead, as viewers out there, you may want to go ahead and take a look at episode 52, where it's titled "How to Acquire, Dispose, and Partner with Any Small Business." Right? When we're speaking, of course, of unity, creating harmony and balance, of course, through each other, that maybe is something of interest for our viewers.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
She's also, yes, that's her book right there, Anti-Hustle.
Anti-Hustle.
Yes, right. Which is excellent because, you know, she spent some time in that book there as well. She's got like events, the two of them, in fact, herself. I think she's from Philly. Mr. Massey, I think he's out in Florida or California, one of the two states there. I apologize if I got it incorrectly. But it's, once again, wonderful to see, of course, our people in the real estate game. Right, the more the merrier by means, right, and not just, of course, the Jay Morrisons and nothing against Jay Morrison, but by means, if we have more people in the game who can go in and help more people, then that's what really comes down.
Again, it's just even letting us see that it's possible. It's a matter of, and we place these people in front of you because we have to show our community that it's possible.
Yes,
it's very important that they understand that it is possible.
Right. The only drawback, of course, it's hard to find Canadian entrepreneurial podcasts.
Yeah.
I tried searching. I was unable to find anything in this genre. By means, we're throwing out to our audience. Please let us know some of your favorite Black entrepreneur podcasts.
Absolutely.
Right.
Especially from Canada, that'd be great.
Yeah. You know, of course, once again, more relatable, so on and so forth. Right. I think we do have a video of Miss Purvey. Please, we can go ahead and show it.
Right now, we're going to tease that for the end of the podcast, but I want you in your own words to tell us about what Better Than Success is and why you do it.
So Better Than Success is a media company geared towards first generation entrepreneurs. Okay. The reason that we do it is because so many people decide, especially in this day and age, so many people decide that they want to be entrepreneurs and start businesses, and there are some fundamental things that aren't super intuitive that you could like really get kind of twisted up in if you don't have someone educating you or showing you the things that you don't know.
Right.
There are other people, if they come from long lives of entrepreneurs or they have entrepreneurs in their family, they can literally just say, hey, I'm going to spend a summer at Uncle Jimmy's business and learn the business. Or I grew up in my parents' laundromat or whatever. And so they have like that much more kind of cheat to actually run a business. And I found that with working with so many entrepreneurs through running a web design company, that there are a lot of fundamentals that they don't have in place. And then the other thing is, a lot of times when we start businesses and we may be like we had a job. So all the people that we spend our time with are people that have jobs. So you don't have a place where you can go and talk to people, right? So Better Than Success is a community, whether digitally, through social media, or physically when you come to our events, you can literally instantly level up your community. You can level up the people that you spend your time with. Not saying that you should, kick everybody out of your life, but you can literally walk in these doors and within the first couple of weeks of joining, you can change those average of 5 people that you spend your time with.
So it sounds to me like it's a growing mastermind group.
If that's what you want to call it, but yeah.
It sounds to me like you're...
Yeah, so big kudos to the sister. By
Community,
means.
it's so true.
Right.
The entrepreneurial mind is so different from the 9-to-5 mind.
Yeah, and once again, the more resources, the more people we can get a chance to speak to, right? The more people we go ahead and bounce ideas, right? Stress testing, so on and so forth, right? So it's harmony. It's all about creating a community, right? It's easy for us to go ahead and create individual wealth, right? But to do it collectively has always been a challenge.
So we're about to go on a break, and I know we're supposed to get one more person in, weren't we?
Don't worry, we'll do our best.
Okay, so when we come back next time, what we'll do is we're gonna get at least 4 of them in. So we'll go through them quickly so that we can get everybody in. So I want to get on 9, and we'll see you very soon on Here to Help You.
Yo, this is Conscience, and you're watching my TCN TV network. Peace.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. May your dreams all come true. Happy birthday to you.
We refuse to promote, report on anything negative in the community.
Welcome back, everybody, to Here to Help You on my TCN TV network. If you are just joining us, I am not going to take up too much time. We've been discussing the amazing visit that we've had from Dr. Julius Garvey, and we've actually been diving into some resources for you guys. We're looking at some podcasts speaking on wealth, business, entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And we have 9. We've only done 2, so I'm going to shut up now. And let Dave get through the rest of these. All right, so let's go.
All right, Black Entrepreneurial Blueprint, spearheaded by Mr. J. Jones. Out of all of them so far, this is my favorite.
Why is he your favorite? Because he's wearing a T-shirt.
No, it's not even.
It's
not even the colors on the T-shirt. Why I appreciate him is this. In his podcast, he explains regards to the number of businesses which he's tried and failed. Right? Tried and failed. Just like roller coaster. Yeah, up. Denouement, crashing down. Right? Okay. So by means like that's why I appreciate it.
Okay.
Right? So he's very transparent in that instance. Right? Just to give you a little background, Black Entrepreneurial Blueprint. Welcome some of the most exciting and renowned Black entrepreneurs to the weekly podcast. I believe that it's each and every Monday at 5 a.m. Eastern Time, which a new podcast goes out.
So if you're up at 5.
Well, no, I mean, if you want to catch it fresh, or just subscribe. You'll get the notice for it anyways, right?
You should be up at 5.
Right? So, I mean, that's why I appreciate it. His last episode, How to Preserve When Nobody Believes in Your Entrepreneurial Dreams, 7 Ideas. Right? As we all know, of course, we all have our naysayers. Right? And more importantly, we have our people out there who love us so much, right? They just want us to go ahead and play it safe. Right? So by means, continue to, of course, to believe in your dreams, in your ideas, and make those necessary steps. Not only does that strength that you need to come within, but of course, hearing it from other people on the journey adds to the fire.
Got it.
Right?
Yes.
I think we got a video. Oh yeah, this is I can't forget the book, right? New. Sorry, brother.
I'm rushing him. I'm sorry. It is me. It's me, really.
Right. What can I say? The beauty, right, as well, and you should see this with each and every one of these entrepreneurs, is they all have some sort of symbiotic products. And what I mean by that is simply this: they have their niche. But of course, now they've spun off now and, of course, included a product, which is probably a strategy that either some of us have followed or have not or have yet to follow, right? Okay. Which is something, of course, we should look into.
Maybe we should skip this video and go into that next 3 because it might take some time.
No worries. We can always, show them later, of course. By means, we'll put links for all of this stuff later, right? Mr. Stephen A. Hart, Trailblazers.fm. He's a Jamaican,
What?
Yes.
Big up yourself.
Yes, right. Marketer, podcaster, and as well as a brand alignment strategist. Right. His aim is pretty much to guide everyday entrepreneurs, professionals, leaders, and students to a proven process to build amazing personal brands. Right. On the website stephenahart.com, I believe there is a brand test. Right. So everybody out there who wants to go ahead and
test
actually
their brand.
Yes.
I'm so scared.
But it's
cool though.
Exactly, right? It allows us to go ahead and see where some of our challenges are.
Right.
Right? So we definitely appreciate that.
If you dare.
That means go ahead, on his website it tells, of course, his story. When he got married in 2008, 3 weeks after the marriage, the business collapsed. Right? So by means, of course, roller coaster and a high, right? Yeah. So we're seeing real life examples. It isn't people now who've always continuously been on a high, right? By means, you hear from them, right? And that's the aim.
Okay.
Right. By means, we'll have to play the Jamaican video.
All right, we'll play this one.
Yeah, man, play the thing, man.
Of course, she can find it.
I know, we threw her off too.
We threw her off. Sorry.
All your fault, Huh?
So sorry.
So, tell me the story, real quick, in maybe 2 minutes. How did you get into marketing? This didn't happen overnight. What's your story?
I'm Jamaican, Donna. We invent the careers that we want to get into, don't we?
So you probably have 3 careers then.
I've had many careers, and none of them were what I went to college for. Yeah. I did business at South Florida, University of South Florida in Tampa. So I have a business degree from South Florida, but marketing is something that I've always done. I've always been in a sales or marketing line. Did mortgages for several years, ended up running my own business. I'm a serial entrepreneur. Yeah. So I've run a couple different businesses, sold my last business back in 2011, and really enjoyed marketing the business more than anything else, and decided to get into a focus around digital.
So when it comes to small businesses,
Big up the Jamaican.
Yes,
big up.
All right.
Not to take anything away from anybody else from any other culture, but
we're Jamaican. We're biased.
We're prideful, Behind the brilliance, Lisa Nicole Bell. So, just a little behind her.
She's pretty.
Very.
Watch her smile.
Excellent smile.
Wow.
Mind you, she probably hasn't done podcasts in a little while. I think her last one was in April. However, though, she's been going since 2014.
Oh, so she's been doing it.
Right. So I mean, there's excessive amount right, of stuff that we can go ahead now and draw upon.
Okay.
Right. She's had a successful film career, so she's a writer and produces content, right? But also she's able to go ahead now and interview various people from different backgrounds, right, from all walks of life, right? Just to give you just a little synopsis there, Behind the Brilliance is a weekly long-form podcast featuring conversations with some of the world's most innovative and inspiring people in art, culture, technology, business, lifestyle, and as well as personal development, right? And along, of course, with Lisa's inspiring and funny advice on life, creativity, and as well as entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Right, so there's a balance there.
Pretty smile and smart.
See it there?
Yay.
Right. I was looking for a video besides the picture, but I'm sure, of course, the picture just did its purpose.
Yeah, it did its job. Good for you, girl. All right, who do we have? And we're on schedule now. So who do we have next?
Well, you know what? I kind of want to show the video now too,
But let's get the last person out, and then we can play his video to go into our commercial break.
Well, we already talked about him, so I mean, I really got to go back into his video,
Okay.
Yeah, man. Black Entrepreneurial Blueprint. Could we play that video, please? That'll take us right out. Yeah, man. That'll take us right into break.
But don't we? Okay.
That'll take us into break. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm running the ship. Yeah. That's what's up. No, the Black Entrepreneur the video should be number 4.
Yay.
Today I want to talk about the importance of Black entrepreneurship. No excuses. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jay Jones. I'm the host and founder of Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the podcast. My podcast has been up close to 3 years, and we drop a new episode every Monday morning, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on the show, we talk to successful Black entrepreneurs in different stages of their business. In addition to many of the shows, I'm sharing my entrepreneurial experiences, my highs, my lows, the good, the bad, the everything. I'm pretty transparent on the show. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and after college, I was a financial consultant for Merrill Lynch. Subsequent to that, I've started close to 17 different businesses, some successful, some not too successful. And I share a lot of that with you on the show. So I think that's why people gravitate to it, because I'm not some guru that doesn't make mistakes. So I'm learning just as everybody else is learning. One of my most successful...
My name is Trish Curling, and I am an online coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher, and your new host of Shaping Life, which is all about understanding that we have the ability and the control to take charge of our health and wellness. But we can't do it alone, and I can't wait to sit down with the best in the industry. Please tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. live here on the TCN Network.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. May your dreams all come true. Happy birthday to you.
We refuse to promote, report on anything negative in the community.
Guys, welcome back.
No guy.
Welcome back to you. I'm sitting here trying to share out the show. And Dave is giving me a hard time.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Very much so.
All right. So, if you are just joining us, I will come off my phone now.
Thank you.
If you were just joining we have been providing some resources for our community. We thought this was important, especially after welcoming Dr. Julius Garvey to the community to the Toronto, the GTA community. And we thought this would be a great way because one of the topics that was in discussion yesterday at the JCA was wealth and economics.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
So we wanted to provide you guys with some resources where you can hear real life stories of people's success and failures, but again, people who have made it and who've gone from squatting to owning 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 30, 60 properties. You notice how my numbers went up?
Very much.
Because that's what it was for this guy, one of our podcasters. So let's go through the last 3. We have 3 more?
Well, before that, let's give you a list of the ones that we've already gone through, and then we'll go into that.
Yes, let's give them the list.
Right, so the first one we discussed was the Cash Flow Diary podcast by Mr. J. Massey. The second was Better Than Success with Nicole Purvey. Third, Black Entrepreneurial Blueprint by Jay Jones.
All right.
Yeah. She's pretty on point
She's
tonight.
good on. She's got
that's
on
right.
it, boy.
Stephen A. Hart, Trailblazers FM. All right. Behind the Brilliance with Lisa Nicole Bell.
Pretty smile, girl.
Yes. Right, and that comes now to our next.
Right,
on the
next?
list. Conscious Black Business Network.
All right, now that just sounds powerful.
Very much.
Lord.
Right, spearheaded by Mr. Minister Dennis Assar Winkler Sr.
Okay.
Right, so he's a healing practitioner, a Sifu, and as well as he's a founder of Spirit of Kemet Internal Martial Arts Academy.
All right.
Right, so a little bit different with respect to now everybody else who's pretty much business minded, or so people probably want to go ahead and relate it to, of course, Eurocentric. Right. However, though, this brother is deeply rooted now, of course, into African-centered principles. Right. So you'll hear the Marcus Garveys, you hear the messages of the Harriet Tubmans, you hear the messages, of course, of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad within his guests, and as well as what he portrays as well.
A different niche.
There you go.
Different niche.
There you go.
Okay.
Right. So by means, it's positive once again. Right. And at the end of the day, right. The aim was to go ahead and search for people who look like us, right, and who we can go ahead and relate to on a daily basis, right? So by means, whether you wear a suit or a daishiki, hopefully we got a fit for you.
Love it.
Right. Please, just jump into the video for this brother real quick, please.
The business of the business of the business of it's the business of the business of media, the business of conscious the business of business, the business of the business of the business of.
Peace and power, family. My name is Minister Dennis Assar Winkler, and you are rocking with the Conscious Black Business Network, family. We got a powerful show and a powerful guest on tonight. Family, buckle your seatbelts, get your notepad out, get your pen out. Definitely, we're going to be doing, it's going to be some teaching in the studio tonight. Family, go ahead, share this post with your friends, share it with your family. Go ahead and text your friends, go ahead and email them, do whatever you got to do. Hit them up on Facebook, Twitter, all the different social medias, and let them know that we have a hot one tonight. And we ain't just talking about rhetoric, as the brother will be talking about a little later today. We're not just talking about rhetoric, but we're talking about some application. So, we talk about some real good things. So, family, go and let the family know we got brother Imhotep Fatu in the house. Share with your friends. Again, family. So, look, let's get started. You're rocking with the Conscious Black Business Network, where everything is business.
All right, now.
Right. So.
I feel like going like this. All right, now.
Only you.
Felt the urge.
Well, like I said, regardless of what your outfit may be, or where your spiritual principles may be, right? When it comes down to, of course, to wealth generation, right? When it comes to now coming off the plantation, so to speak, right?
In our mind.
There you go.
Mentally.
Right. Hopefully, one of these, entrepreneurs have struck a chord with our audience. Right? And again, we're putting this out there as well. Who do you listen to?
Who do you listen to
right?
that we should know about? Now, maybe we should highlight on the show.
Yeah, man.
Please,
we'd like to go ahead and find out.
Yeah, leave your suggestions in the comment box there, and we'll definitely check them out and maybe do some research on them and present them as well, and hail you up for doing that. So, hear from you guys. All right.
For real. Smart brown voices.
Smart Brown Voices.
Yes, by Mr. Mike Street.
Hey.
What's different about this? It isn't just Africans, but it's also Latinos.
Ah, he brought another ethnic culture in there as well.
Well, of course, anything beyond, of course, the Caucasian industry, right?
Got it.
Just to give you a brief synopsis, so the weekly podcast hosted by Mr. Mike Street is designed to help inspire you to reach the next level in your life by connecting you to powerful and diverse voices of value, right? So it isn't just entrepreneurs, but there's also, by means, those now who be looking for startups or investments, right?
Okay.
Or investors, or simply just personal development or career growth, right? By means, there will be something there within the podcast,
okay,
right? Which is excellent once again, because I mean, it diversifies.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. It's not just. I like that. Again, even with the UNIA, with the chapters, was there a Latin chapter? Was it just all black? I'm still learning.
Well,
was that Black Panthers that had like
Black Panthers had relationships.
Yeah,
they had relationships with American Indians as well as the Latinos as well, right? So by means, not to say that Marcus Garvey didn't inspire them as well, but once again, right, we're looking at relationship building, right?
Yes.
So next, Mr. Will Lucas of 10 Podcasts. A little bit different because he's in the technical side of things, or the Afro tech, as people like to go ahead and talk, right?
Yeah.
But excellent, wonderful young mind. Some of the things that he's accomplished already, or been noticed for, right? TechFunnel. So he was the top 14 Black entrepreneurs in technology this past year, right? TechCrunch. He's one of 40 diverse people in tech who made big moves in 2015. Business Insider quoted him as the 46 most important African Americans in technology.
Wow.
Right? And this is just a few. There's a list there, right? So, Will Lucas, he's the founder and CEO of A. William Lucas Company, which is home to several media and technology related companies, including Credeo, which is a brand marketing technology agency, and as well as Class Anna, one of his first startups. Right, Class Anna simply where companies or organizations, they look at courses they can select for their employers or employees, that is, right? So they can go ahead and continue to grow.
Okay, so
right?
they provide like continuing education.
Continuing education.
Okay,
right?
Got it.
Plus, in the city of Toledo, he's one of the very few young minority TEDx organizers, right? Which is beautiful.
Wonderful thing.
Yeah, excellent, right? On his show of 10 Podcasts, he's had the director of Magic Johnson Enterprises.
Ooh.
Yes, on his show, right? So definitely, if you're on the Afrotech side of things, this is one to watch.
Yes.
Right? For sure. Our last one. Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
This woman, I actually appreciate it because it's a lot different. Dr. Shantae Bishop, Branding for Believers.
Okay.
Right. Branding for Believers is a weekly podcast that equips thought leaders, entrepreneurs, and social media influencers with the tools and the confidence to believe bigger. Right. So she's going after those who still struggle with doubt and fear. The twist is she was a college professor. So now she does her podcast in front of an audience.
Ah.
Right, so you can hear the questions and so on and so forth, right? The reactions.
Very cool.
Right? Which is
a little
beautiful.
bit more interactive.
There you go. Right?
Engaging. Love it.
Right? And once again, it just comes out, of course, a different style of inspiring others to go ahead and do better. Right?
Yes. There's a little bit of something. You offered a little bit of something for everybody in this.
We tried. We tried to go ahead and pick out something that's going to be a fit. If you're still struggling, of course, with self-doubt, by means, the video we are going to show before we cut out, for the end of the night, we'll go ahead and help you, right? If you need somebody who's a little bit more on the conscious level, by means, we got somebody there, right? Not to say that anybody else is not as conscious, of course, but some of us, we tend to look at the visual, right, and the words, right? So by means, that so happens.
Okay, so we want to thank everybody. We're going to end with that video that you're talking about. We want to thank everybody for joining us here on Here to Help You. please don't forget to put in your suggestions of top podcasts you think people in our community will definitely enjoy, learn from, grow from, be motivated by. And please join us back here next week, Tuesday at 5 o'clock. I'm here to help you. Just after our show, stay tuned for the beautiful Erica on What Matters. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace and love, family.
Here to help you. Bye.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shantae, and welcome to Branding for Believers, the podcast that I decided to turn into a pod class. I want you to come into this classroom with me, become engaged, and become equipped with everything you need to turn your fear into the faith you need to believe bigger in your dreams. So if you're ready to confront your fears, your doubts, your questions, keep watching. Welcome to Branding for Believers, episode 001, the first part of the Fear series. So the reason why I chose fear, why my entire podcast is really looking at this juxtaposition between fear and faith, is because one thing that I know beyond all certainty is when you believe in yourself, when you believe in your possibilities, when you are doggedly and fiercely committed to being successful, amazing things can happen.